Hello, my name is Oliwia, and today I would like to invite you for a very interesting topic. My podcast today is about living in Italy as a foreigner, the honest guide to navigation life abroad. Living in Italy was my dream since my first visit in this country in 2019. Before I watched many movies about Italian culture and lifestyle, and I was totally in love with everything about down my street, and stuff my face with all the amazing carbs Italy has to offer. But every big change comes with its up and its down to help you decide if it's the right move abroad for you. I would like to introduce my friend from Nigeria, who I met here in Messina. To be honest, we met first time in our flat because she's living in Italy for a few years. That's why I would like to ask her and share what it's like to be an expat in Italy and how to navigate this big life change. Hi, Ucha.
Hello, my name is Ucha from Nigeria. Italy in 2019 for my master's degree program. Honestly, it's a very big experience, a very life-changing experience for the fact that I have to learn new language, new culture, new food, and adaptation in the environment in terms of cold, and in the summer the sun is quite intense. Well, it's all life experience. So, for other things like there are a lot of things to learn about the Italians, the fashion, because when I was little, I used to hear about the Italian suit, Italian shoe. You know, everybody was like crazy about their fashion sense. So it's part of the thing that made me to come to the country. And also to experience the foreign educational system apart from the Nigerian one, which I had from my primary school, secondary school, and the university level. Yes, it has been an amazing.
Italy, like any country, there is a lot to love and some not to love, which becomes apparent when you are a resident. At a glance, these are reasons I would move to Italy, like slower lifestyle, welcoming people, opportunity to travel. So now it's a perfect time for the first question for you, Ucha. Why did you move to Italy? What was your idea?
As I said earlier, I have had the dream of studying abroad and having a different educational system. And my first thought was to move to England. I tried my best to get a UK visa, but because of the cost, it wasn't easy. So the second option was Europe, and Italy was one of the cheapest, and also they have a lot of scholarship to offer. Hence, I moved to Italy. And the University of Messina was my first admission before I got uni room. But when University of Rome came, I've already started my program in Unimi. So moving to Italy was really for my educational program. And I thank God I did.
So could you repeat how long have you been in Italy, in Messina?
I came to Messina in 2019, September. So apparently about three years or so. So I've been in Messina.
What for you is the most positives about living in Sicily?
Most positive thing in living in Sicily is the security. The economic aspect is standard of living is quite low and easy somehow compared to the north. In Sicily here, accommodation is not really very high, and the food here is relatively cheap. And also there is good security, so to say.
Do you think about finding a job in Italy in general and Messina?
Generally, Italy is having a recession, so to say, because even the Italians find it quite difficult getting jobs. So you can imagine what the foreigners are going through. To get a job in Italy as an expat is not really easy. So most of us, we condescend to doing whatever we can get. For like me, I have done a restaurant job, caregiver work, cleaning, just to make a living, just to make sure you pay your bills and all that. If you say you want to really live up to your expertise, you cannot make it in Italy, especially in Sicily. Maybe up north, especially in Milan, where there is a business hub of the country. Maybe it will be easier. But here in Sicily, there are not much industries and there are not much businesses. So whatever we can see or lay our hand, we get through. And to get a job, you need to really speak the language, because most Italians, they don't want to hear English. They will tell you non capisci, non capisci.
Okay, next question is about food in Italy. Everyone loves Italian cuisine. Which cuisine do you prefer?
Okay, every country have their own cuisines, and there are a lot of things one put into consideration. For those who are healthy eaters, for me, I prefer the Nigerian food, because Italians are very good in pastas, bread, sugary things. But for me, Nigerians, we have varieties of cuisines like the fried rice, beans, and all that. In every aspect, I try to balance up the thing. As I'm in Italy, I eat their food, but I'm selective. Then prefer mostly to prepare my meals so that I can balance up with the health system that I've been taught of. But I enjoy most their gelato here. It's quite interesting.
Okay, and what about the safe in Italy? Have you had problems maybe?
Honestly, in a scale, Italy has more than 80% safety here. I've spent more than 2 years here. I've not been challenged or molested in any way. And quite a number of times I've worked late. I moved, I entered bus, I trekked, and nobody has molested me. Unlike my country, you can't try it. You have to be very security conscious in Nigeria. So that's one of the major things that make me to love Italy. It's quite safe here.
You live in Italy for a few years. Do you have advice for people who would like to move to Italy? Are there any mistakes they should avoid?
Yes, I really wish to advise those who are clamoring to come over to Italy. It's a very good country, it's a friendly country, a fashionist country, a lovely place to be. If you want to have a romance, if you want to have quiet time, you come to Italy. If you have to pedal soft on the life movement, on the trail of life, you come to Italy. But major issue is you have to learn the language, at least the basics of how to communicate everyday life for you to quickly integrate. Because once you speak English, nobody wants to talk to you, and those who want to talk to you, they will frustrate you. Maybe you are looking for a street and you speak in English, the direction will be like going 360 degrees. But if you understand the language, they are really very friendly people.
What do you miss the most from Nigeria? Have you ever thought about returning to Nigeria?
Yes, I am from Nigeria and I'm proudly Nigerian. I missed my family, my friends, the Nigerian swag, the Nigerian dance, the Nigerian music, the Nigerian food. In as much as there's quite a challenge of insecurity, we still manage. We still have our way of doing it. So the major thing is that wherever a Nigerian is, he or she will always excel. Yes, as per going back to my country, yes, I believe one day I will go back because when I'm equipped to impact positively in terms of educational, in terms of economical, in terms of every other thing that I have learned in this country, I will go back to Nigeria.
Is Italy a good country for expat?
No, I would say it's not a very good place for expats like lawyers, doctors, because of the language barrier. If you're a medical doctor and you are coming here to come and start your practice, you can only be patronized by foreigners, which I don't know. It may not be very easy unless you go down and speak the language and integrate with their culture. And also, there are a lot of bottlenecks at getting documentation here. Just for me to get sojourn, I know how long it took me to get anything in Italy. It's somehow dragging. They open around 9 o'clock and they close 12. They open again by 4. So you just find out that the slow system of doing things is really tiring. So as an expert, I would not advise anybody unless you have the language barrier and you are planning to retire soon.
It was my last question. So to sum up, I don't know if I would choose to live in Italy for the work opportunities, but no one can deny that Italy can attract, and the Italian culture is unlike any other. To live in Italy is to truly be living out a dream through the ups and through the downs. If you have any question or feedback, please let me know. Maybe it will be a good idea to ask more in the future. Ucha, thanks so much for today.